There are so many ways of caring for the earth. I know all of you have them, and if we kept carrying the microphone around, we would hear hundreds of ways right here in our congregation that we care for our earth. And you know what? Sometimes all those hundreds of ways can feel a little overwhelming if you're trying to do them yourself. It's like, do I have 100 things that I could do to care for the earth? Which one am I going to do first? So today I get to tell you about a special way that we are going to be caring for the earth together here in our community, and in fact, not only here in our congregation, but in 10 other congregations in the Bloomington area, and all through Indiana, it's beginning to happen. And this is a program we told the adults about last week, but now I get to tell you about it. It's called the Task of the Month program, and we are all going to join together as a community to do just one thing, to focus on just one thing each month. And that makes it a little simpler for those of us grown-ups who have long, long lists of things to do, to only have one thing that we have to think about, and then maybe it will actually happen. So I'm here to tell you about the first task that's going to be starting in January, and that task is to wrap a special insulated blanket around your hot water heater. Now, I don't know how many of you have been wearing coats this month. Excellent. This is very important. When it's colder outside than we are, it's good to wear our coats to keep us warm. And with a hot water heater, it gets all the way up to 120 to 130 degrees, somewhere in there. So all the time, the air around the hot water heater is colder than it is. So it's important for it to wear a coat even in the summertime. So we put this special blanket around our hot water heater, and that's what we're all going to do together in January. We're going to sign up and say that we're going to do it. We can do that at the coffee table after the service. And then we're all going to work on it together, because then if somebody has a question or doesn't know how to do it or needs help, somebody in the congregation will know how to do it, because we're all going to be working on it together, because together we care for our earth. So does anybody notice anything strange about this hot water heater insulated blanket that I have here? It has eyes on it. That's right. I put eyes on this because you know what? Sometimes even if it's only one thing on my list, I have a hard time remembering. Can you believe that? That happens sometimes to me. So you know what I did? I went on a detective hunt in my house and I found my hot water heater. How many of you know where your hot water heater is? Most of the adults, some of the kids, excellent. You can do that first. And the second thing I did was when I found my hot water heater, I put some eyes on it, just like these. So now my hot water heater is looking at me. This month I need to get an insulating blanket. And those eyes are going to stay on my water heater until I take the blanket and wrap it around my hot water heater. But this blanket is not for me. This blanket is for someone who signs up to join the program. And so sign up today or anytime until January, and you might be eligible. You will be eligible to maybe win this hot water heater blanket, and you can take the eyes home to put on your hot water heater. I hope you'll all join me, and together we really can care for our earth.